What if, for 2 minutes, the sun just vanished? On August 12, 2026, that's exactly what will happen. Just not over the US, but don't click away. Because what's coming next is one of the most awe-inspiring sky events you can witness from home. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into the total solar eclipse of 2026. While the path of totality, where the moon completely covers the sun, will sweep across Greenland, Iceland, and northern Spain, millions across the United States will still get a front row seat to a partial solar eclipse. From Alaska to the Carolinas, the moon will take a noticeable bite out of the sun, and I'll show you exactly when and how to see it safely. This isn't just a cool sky show. It's a chance to witness celestial mechanics in real time, understand why eclipses happen, and maybe, even from the US, feel a little bit of that eclipse magic. What is a total solar eclipse? So, what exactly is a total solar eclipse? Simply put, it's when the moon passes directly between the Earth and the Sun, casting its shadow on our planet. For a few fleeting minutes, daylight turns to twilight, temperatures drop, and the Sun's outer atmosphere, the corona, becomes visible as a shimmering halo around the black disk of the moon. But here's the catch. Totality only happens inside a narrow corridor called the path of totality. For the August 12, 2026 eclipse, that path is about 183 miles, 294 kilometers, wide and stretches over 5,000 miles from the Arctic Ocean, across Greenland and Iceland, and into northern Spain and a sliver of Portugal. Outside that path, including everywhere in the US, you'll see a partial eclipse. That means the moon will cover only part of the sun. In Anchorage, Alaska, you could see up to 28% coverage. In Boston, about 16%. And in New York City, around 9%. Why this eclipse matters, you might be thinking. If I can't see totality, why should I care? Great question. Here's why this eclipse is special. First, it's Europe's first total solar eclipse since 1999. That's a 27-year wait. And for the US, it's a warm-up act before the next big one in 2044. Second, this eclipse happens just before the peak of the Perseid meteor shower, one of the year's best meteor displays. So if you're out watching the partial eclipse, you're already in the right mindset for some serious sky gazing later in the week. And third, eclipses are a reminder of how perfectly aligned our cosmic neighborhood is. The moon is about 400 times smaller than the sun, but it's also about 400 times closer. That coincidence makes total solar eclipses possible, and it's not guaranteed forever. Billions of years from now, the moon will be too far away to fully cover the sun. So every eclipse we get is a gift. When and where to see it in the US? Alright, let's get practical. If you're in the US, here's what you need to know. The partial eclipse will be visible across most of the country, but the best views will be in the Northeast and Alaska. Here are some key times. Anchorage, Alaska. Partial eclipse begins at 7:36 a.m. Alaska Standard Daylight Saving Time. Peaks at 8:21 a.m. with 28% coverage. And ends at 9:09 a.m. New York City. Begins at 1:07 p.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. Peaks at 1:54 p.m. with 9% coverage. Ends at 2:38 p.m. Boston. Starts at 1:01 p.m. Peaks at 1:55 p.m. with 16% coverage. ends at 2:46 p.m. Washington, D.C. Begins at 1:17 p.m. Peaks at 1:53 p.m. Ends at 2:27 p.m. Even if you're not in these cities, you can still see something. Just check a local eclipse map or use an app like Eclipse Guide or Time and Date to find your exact times. How to watch safely now. This is critical. Never look directly at the sun without proper eye protection, unless you're in the path of totality and the sun is completely covered. But since we're in the US, you'll always need protection. Here's what works. Eclipse glasses that meet the ISO 12312-2 safety standard. Solar viewers or handheld solar filters. Pinhole projectors, a simple, DIY way to project the sun's image onto a surface. And here's what doesn't work. Regular sunglasses, smoked glass, or looking through a camera or telescope without a solar filter. Those can cause serious eye damage. Pro tip: if you're planning to film or photograph the eclipse, use a solar filter on your lens. And never look through the viewfinder without protection. The science behind the spectacle. Let's geek out for a second. Why does the moon's shadow create such a dramatic effect? During a total eclipse, the moon's umbra, the darkest part of its shadow, touches Earth's surface. Inside that umbra, you get totality. Outside it, in the penumbra, you get a partial eclipse. The corona, the sun's outer atmosphere, is usually invisible because the sun's surface is so bright. But during totality, with the sun's disk blocked, the corona shines through. It's made of superheated plasma, stretching millions of kilometers into space, and it's one of the biggest mysteries in solar physics. Why is it so much hotter than the sun's surface? Scientists still don't fully know. Eclipses also let researchers study the sun's structure, test theories of gravity, and even measure the sun's diameter with incredible precision. What to expect during the partial eclipse? So, what will you actually see during the partial eclipse in the US? As the moon moves across the sun, you'll notice the light getting slightly dimmer, kind of like a cloudy day, but sharper. Shadows may look crisper. And if you're using a pinhole projector, you'll see the sun's shape change from a circle to a crescent. It won't get dark like in totality, but it's still a surreal experience. And if you're in a place with clear skies, it's a moment worth sharing with friends, family, or your online community. To wrap up, on August 12, 2026, a total solar eclipse will cross Greenland, Iceland, and Spain, but a partial eclipse will be visible across the US, from Alaska to the Carolinas. Use proper eye protection, check your local times, and take a moment to appreciate the cosmic dance happening overhead. Here's your takeaway. Eclipses remind us that we live in a dynamic, connected universe, and that sometimes the most extraordinary shows are the ones we can all share, no matter where we are.
If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe to Palsa Lab, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our latest uploads. At Palsa Lab, we explore space, science, astronomy, AI, and emerging tech, bringing clear explanations and fascinating discoveries. Have a question or idea? Drop it in the comments. Stay curious, keep exploring, and thanks for watching. See you next time.